If you've been watching my content, you know that for a while I've been kind of talking about how I think one thing we really need in America right now is like new communities. I think because so many of us feel disconnected and scared and confused and lonely and sad and depressed, right? I think more of us need to create kind of like new ways for us to come together as humans. If you're following my content, you know that one of the ways I've been trying to do that is I've been working with two different groups of people to start kind of like two new communities. So one of them, me and a group of people, have been working for some time on putting together kind of like an alternative spiritual community. And then kind of simultaneously, I've been working with some students to build kind of like a radical student community. And I just wanted to update y'all on these because both of those groups had their first meeting last Sunday. I just want to make a video kind of updating people on what happened in those meetings and also encourage you to come if you are able to and feel so led. So let's start with the spiritual community. So last Sunday afternoon, we met at a church in Hamden in Baltimore City. And it was a small group, it was about 7 people. And we read something that I think is really challenging and beautiful, written by Alice Walker, probably most famous for the novel The Color Purple. It's kind of like a collection of like essays and speeches that she gave, and the book is titled "We Are the Ones We've Been Waiting For." And basically, we just read like literally 3 paragraphs of the first chapter of this book together in the group, and we just discussed it, shared our thoughts, shared our lives, shared personal stories, and it was very kind of like freeform and open-ended, and it was really, really beautiful. I'm glad 7 people came out, but next time we meet, I want a lot more people to come out. So if you live in the Baltimore area and you want a community, again, the word spiritual scares some people, but when we say spiritual, we mean it in the broadest possible sense. If you believe in humanity, if you believe in love, if you believe in building relationships with people who are different from you, then that's what we mean by spiritual. And in terms of beliefs, anybody's welcome. You know, Christians, atheists, agnostics, Buddhists, people who don't even really identify with the word spirituality. I'm really hoping this group becomes like an important kind of place for people from all walks of life who just want a space to come together and talk about how can we get better at like living together in a world that seems to be kind of crumbling and falling apart and making it harder and harder for people to live together and be kind and decent. So that's what we did. It was great. Please come out if you're interested. We're not going to meet again until the 24th. It's going to be at 4 p.m. It runs about an hour and a half. You can come late. You can leave when you want. Message me or text me or whatever if you want more information. The second group I want to kind of update you about is this kind of like radical student group. We don't have a name yet. And we met over Zoom because, again, this is for former students of mine. So some of these students are still in school. Some of them are in the adult world. Some of them are looking for jobs. So we met online at 7:30. And I kind of explained what I wanted the group to be. I'll just give you a quick summary. Just like the spiritual community, I just want a place for like young people to meet each other and work together on something they care about and build solidarity and feel like they can actually do something in the world, because they can. And the second thing we did was kind of like lay the groundwork for this kind of project we're going to be working on, in which we are going to understand what the American university system is. How does it work? How does it function? Where does all their tuition money go? I do virtually all college students I talk to, or at least all college students who I bring this issue up with, agree that American universities do not center students the way maybe you might see in like high school, right? Teachers generally don't care about them. Many of their professors don't know how to teach. Why is that? So that's what this group is going to try to answer. We're basically kind of like deconstructing the American university system and kind of like collectively imagining like a better system and then doing something about it, trying to raise awareness, trying to make some noise, trying to piss off some people at the top. Basically, after I talked for a little bit and kind of like explained why I was doing the group, we spent most of the time just talking about a variety of dysfunctional things that we have all experienced being part of this university system. I wrote them all down. I took notes. I'm going to take those notes and compile them into kind of like different categories. Like, okay, here are the categories of dysfunction that we see in the American university system. And then I, as a current and soon-to-be former professor, am going to do some work between now and our next meeting to just kind of compile some facts that they don't know. For example, our students don't understand how tenure works and how that affects things like teaching quality. Most college students don't understand that most professors care about their research first and their teaching second or third or fifth or fourth, right? And that's one of the reasons why the teaching quality is so bad. So here are the kinds of things that we're going to be doing. And again, if you are a former student of mine, even if you're not a former student of mine, if you're just like a college student or a young adult who went to college and thinks this is interesting, message me, let me know. We're going to be meeting again on the 17th. Again, this is over Zoom, so if you're interested, please contact me. Thank you all for watching this video. It's stuff I'm very excited about. I'm probably not going to be able to do an update video every time we meet, but I'm going to try to update kind of the general public on what's going on in these meetings because, hey, I don't want to be accused of starting a cult, because I'm not. B, I think America's entering a phase where more people need to get creative, more people need to get radical, more people need to realize that the world that many of us grew up being promised is kind of crumbling and slipping away, and that America is just not going to be as powerful or influential or wealthy going into the future as it was in the past. Right now in America, so many people feel like they're losing, right? That things are slipping away from them. And the one thing that we all have is each other. And I really just want to make content. I want to be doing things in the world that encourage more and more people value the things that matter, right? And if you agree with me, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that crap, right? Most importantly, if you're interested in one or even both of these communities, if they apply to you, please let me know. You can message me. If you know me outside of the internet, you can text me or whatever. I really want to grow these communities because I just think more people need them. So thank you so much for watching. And again, hopefully I'll be updating you periodically on how things are going with these groups.